Good afternoon, everyone. Ah, close ones, friends and family. Thank you for joining me again. Thank you for taking the time for yourself and to support me. Um, I've included a link in the comments to another meditation I'll be doing this evening through the Mindful Bodies website. That'll be a Zoom-based rather than YouTube-based meditation, so I don't think will be available for repeat. But we'll be able to see one another, and I won't have to look at this huge picture of myself. So that'll be nice. Something to look forward to. Right now, however, let's get started with our return to the breath awareness meditation. This will be very similar to our first few meditations. I think we've kind of gone on a little trip in the last few weeks away from the breath, and I'm feeling like it's time to get back there. I sort of see the breath as a kind of base camp for my meditation practice personally, my mindfulness practice. And though there are many other good practices and many practices I don't even know of that are, I'm sure, outstanding. Personally, for me, I find that breath is an excellent foundation. It's a gateway, if you will, between the conscious and the subconscious. It's a gateway between the inside and the outside. So that paradigm I find to be really helpful in bringing me back into awareness of what's really going on in my body and what's really going on around me. What is real. So with that, please make yourselves as comfortable as you possibly can in a sitting posture. You think you can maintain, hopefully, without too much movement for the remainder of the half hour. Let's start with the head this time. Closing the eyes or finding a soft gaze at a neutral subject like the floor or the wall. Allowing your eyes to feel soft, however. Imagine them receding into your skull. Imagine them not actively seeking out information as they normally do. Tilting your head down ever so slightly to allow for space and length in the back of your neck. Your chin parallel to the floor. Allow there to be space in your jaw. I've heard that anytime your teeth are touching, then you are doing a form of clenching of some kind. So if you can, try and bring any amount of space between your upper and lower teeth to just allow those muscles to relax a little bit for now. Feeling your ears above your shoulders, not too far forward, not too far back. Finding your shoulders above or a little bit in front of your hips. Either trying to sit up straight and tall or a little bit forward to allow for some space in the lower back. Whatever feels best for you. Now, bringing your attention briefly to your hips. They should be ideally tipped a little bit forward in a traditional meditation posture, but not so far forward that you're finding compression in your lower back, in your lower spine. So a little forward, not too far forward. If you're sitting on the floor, on a cushion or a bench, finding your legs and feet a little bit below your hips in order to facilitate that forward tilt a little bit. Feeling into the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor or your chair or your cushions. Without judgment, just feeling that. Let it all be how. Let it be wordless if you can. How is this sensation? to mix it up this time, let's just do one big breath to bring us into our lung space. Inhaling the deepest breath of the day so far. Holding it for a moment if you can. Just feeling the space in your lungs. And exhaling. Exhaling all the air out as best you can. Letting your breath return to normal as we formally begin our sitting. Gently allowing your awareness to reside in some aspect of the physical embodiment of the breath. Just feeling this inhalation. Just feeling this exhalation. Feeling it in some part of your body. Feeling it in your abdomen or your chest cavity. Feeling it in your skin as your clothes move around your body as your body cavity changes shape as you inhale and as you exhale. Perhaps if you prefer, allowing your awareness to reside in your sinuses or your nasal passages as you feel the flow of air in and out. Perhaps feeling the air as it travels in and out of your nose or on your upper lip. Just residing there, comfortably. Just coming home to that place. Again and again. Finding it a refuge or a shelter from the numerous and infinite distractions that our thinking mind, our feeling body may be trying to inject into our field of consciousness. Just feeling with the fullness of your perception, the universe of sensation in this area. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, just right now. when, as will happen, your awareness is momentarily pulled from the embodiment of your breath and your awareness of that embodiment. And when you become aware of that distraction, that thought, that feeling, that emotional framework, that story that you're crafting around some other aspect of your being, and just lightly noticing that, as we might notice the sun on our back, or the breeze on our face, or in our hair. Perhaps pausing for a moment to be grateful that we are endowed with the capacity to notice things, to appreciate these things. And we have the strength to refrain from judging them as bad or a nuisance or negative in some way. Perhaps for a moment feeling this non-judgmentality. And then, as we are hopefully becoming real experts at, just moving your attention back to your breath. It feels a little bit to me like picking the needle up off the record when it's gotten to the end, and putting it right back at the beginning, or at the beginning of a particular song. Just mindfully lifting it away from where it has found itself, and with the utmost gentleness, placing it back on the surface of your perception of your breath. Just this breath right now, this inhale, and this exhale. If you're finding a part of your physical felt experience is calling out to you with vigor, if you're feeling that a particular instance or aspect of your posture, or just of your physical presence, is really wanting attention. If you have an itch or an ache, if this is leading to a worry that you may be injuring yourself, well, please, by all means, readjust your posture. Take the moment to mindfully and intentionally, with slowness, sort of with your whole consciousness, move those legs, scratch that itch, find that new posture for your shoulders, for your hands, for your legs, and then come right back to your breath. And instead, if you're finding that something is just without being dangerous or damaging, is just persistent, can you notice and acknowledge that aspect, that piece of your awareness, that piece of your felt self? Can you allow it to be? Can you allow it to be part of the flavor of your overall felt self? And while allowing it to reside in your consciousness, can you still use the strength that we have developed over the last weeks and months to just bring the awareness that is under your control back to the breath? One more time. Just this breath. Just right now. And just in this moment, inquiring, where is my attention right now? Is it on your breath? Is it on some memory of the past, the year past, the distant past? Is it in the middle of crafting a story about why something is the way it is, about why you feel a certain way? Is it about the future? Is it about concerns of uncertainty? And just being okay with that. We need these sensations. We need to acknowledge our past and our future. We can acknowledge that they are various roles, various characters, various phenomena within ourselves. That have been with us forever. And will be with us for the rest of our time, forever. And while acknowledging them, and acknowledging their worth and their importance, just allowing them to take a back seat. Just allowing them to mute themselves in your Zoom meeting, as it were. Allowing your spotlight of awareness to alight on your awareness of self, your awareness of your breath. Knowing that you are not your feelings. You're not solely your feelings. You are not solely your thoughts. Knowing that you have the power to choose to not identify with these occurrences, with these sunspots, with these clouds passing over the field of your consciousness. If you're like me and analytical, knowing that then brings up the question of who am I? What is me? Maybe just intentionally, carefully setting that question aside for the moment as well. As if it were an expensive piece of glass or porcelain, something fragile and valuable that is not part of our work right now. Just coming back one more time, just in this moment, to the breath. Knowing that this coming back to the breath is the work. right now. Knowing now that we have about 5 minutes left in our practice, at the end of which I will ring the bell to signify the end of this sitting. In the meantime, we will sit in silence with just this breath, just right now. The few seconds we have remaining, just slowly and gently raising your eyes or fluttering your eyelids open is another technique. It's very popular among yogis. And doing a brief little stretch before mindfully standing up and carrying on with the real practice of trying to maintain this equanimity, this non-judgmental awareness through the rest of your day. That's our time. Thank you very much for joining me. Have an amazing day and week. Stay safe. Namaste.